Geometry, elementary, reviewing elementary geometry. In this video, probably the video who are watching this right now is at least middle school or high school. This is just to review the basic of geometry you learned so far in elementary school. So the elementary school, they don't teach the definition. These are very simple way to define something, but this video is a review. So we define a dot. The dot has no size, just a location information. Line, usually straight, and no width. Okay, line doesn't have a width. Okay, so it's a very abstract concept, line, and you use it without definition. Geometry is kind of subject that you start with your visual instinct. Okay, later in the high school, you define geometry more rigorous way. But right now, this elementary geometry, the kids grow up, have an instinct, visual instinct, and we use that to define. Segment is the fixed length. That means line, stretch infinite lengths, right? And the plane, usually flat, straight plane, and no width. The plane also has no width, okay? It's just the location information, the collective location. The angles, the spread between lines and the circle is the same distance from the center. Remember this circle. What is a circle? It's a collection of points that has the same distance from the center point. That's the circle, okay? So how do we know the lengths? Lengths, we used a ruler to measure the lengths, and I'm sure you did this in elementary school. You need to have a ruler to do geometry class. Also you have a proctor. Proctor shows the angle between two lines, and if go all the way to a straight line, it's going to be 180 degrees. Now how do you draw the circle? You also had this tool in elementary school. It's called compass. Compass have an equal length from the center point, right? And angle is measured by a proctor, right? And when you measure if 90 degree, we call that right angle. If less than 90, acute angle. More than 90 degree, obtuse angle. And also when you have a two line crossing like that, there's a name for the angle between them. The relationship A and B are vertical angle, and C and D are vertical angle. And vertical angles are always equal, right? So you learned this already. A equals B and C equals D. And A and C are supplemental angle. Why is a supplement? Together it's become straight line, 180 degree. So they are supplement. A plus C, 180 degree, and D and B also 180 degree. Well, you can say B plus C is 180, so they are supplemental angle, right? The same way, and A plus D equals 180, they are supplemental. and parallel line. You also learned parallel line. What is a parallel line? Okay, parallel line is defined by this at the elementary levels. When you first learn, A and B are supplemental. Why? B equals C. So this is the part of definition. You ask how to prove this. There's no proof. That's the way the parallel line is defined. Actually, this is the definition of Euclid geometry in high school. The non-Euclid geometry, this is not correct, but that's a high school subject. In elementary school, what you learn is Euclid geometry and Euclid geometry. This is the definition of parallel. So let's practice a little bit. It's the elementary school level, so you shouldn't have any problem with this. Here A is 180 minus 30, right? And B is 45, so C is 180 minus 45. Okay, B is 45. And what is a D? E is 180 minus 130, right? So F is the same. If this is 50, then F is 50. Then D is 180 minus 50, right? 130. So you know the angles around parallel line and the line that intersect the parallel lines. Now we also learn the type of triangle, various triangles. Equilateral. Equilateral is either A, B, C. The lengths are all the same, or the angle is 60 degrees for every corner, right? Isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle is two angles are same or two sides are same. That's isosceles triangle. The right triangle is one of corner has 90 degrees, right? And you learn this very special case, 30 degree and 60 degree and 90 degree, total 180. One angle is 90, it's a right angle, and learn the ratio 1 to 2. Hypotenuse, this is a hypotenuse length is twice as much as this length in this triangle. And also one of the angle is more than 90 degree called obtuse triangle. Every angle is less than 90 degree is acute triangle. Okay, so these are all review of what you learned so far. Parallelogram. Parallelogram is created by two pairs of parallel line. This parallel and this parallel line, right? So A and C are parallel, B and D are parallel. Okay. The rectangle is parallelogram with one angle is 90 degree. So that's a rectangle. Okay. And the rectangle adjective is rectangular, right? So the pyramid has this line come together. It's rectangular shape. Okay. Diamond, it's a parallelogram and the lengths A and C are equal. Now actually A and B are equal, and that makes B and D's in a parallelogram. A and C's are equal. B and D's are equal. This is equal. This they are equal. But if A and B's are equal, then it's become diamond. And the square is, it's a diamond with one of angle 90 degree, right? Rectangle with length. Oh, this is another way. The square is rectangle, but A and C, not A and C, A and B are equal. Okay? Polygons. So trapezoid, as we defined, A and C's are parallel. That's the only condition. The convex polygon, everywhere is sticking out. Concave polygon is some part is caved in. And pentagon, hexagon, and heptagon, octagon, and nth polygon. This is just a review. Now area. You learn the area in elementary school. This is how you learn area. What is area? Area is 1 unit. It can be centimeters or inch. Depend on the nation. It's different, right? This United States may use inch, but they should use centimeter. Okay? And 90 degree 1. The area of this is 1 inch square. If unit is centimeter, 1 centimeter square. Okay, that's a definition of area in elementary school. You have to know this. This is how teacher is instructed to teach this definition of area. Then eventually we define the area much more sophisticated way in the high school, but that's the area definition. So then what do you do with a triangle, right? Like a half of this, the triangle must be half of the entire area. So expand from this definition, use that definition to expand to the various shape. Of course there's a limitation, but for example, triangle is area ABHC and HBEC, both area together. So area is ADEB and half, right? So that's a triangle's area. Parallelogram area is, you add this line, area AECF, right? Okay, so basically it's same as rectangle, because if you draw line here, this is the same area, this is the same area, so parallelogram's area becomes same as ACAECF minus this area, right? So basically this triangle area and triangle area is same as this area plus this area. So it's going to be AD times the height, right? AE. Okay. trapezoid, same thing. You separate this and this one same as this section. So trapezoid area is calculated by adding this and this, multiply this, divide by 2. Okay, so from this basic definition of area, we can calculate the area of various shape. The area, again, exception to that is the circle. Okay, the circle is pi r square, and pi is this. Okay, and how do you prove that? There's no proof in the elementary geometry. What you do is you calculate using 2 pi r and relate it to this. The way they teach is use maybe string, wrap around the tubes multiple times. So n times you wrap around, measure the length of the string, divide by n, gives you circumference, which is 2 pi r. Pi is very close to 3.14. Okay, and if length is given like that, then you divide this to many sections, put them together, right? And this is r, and this is half of circumference, right? So it's a half pi r. Oh, this is pi r, and r, you slice this pizza pie into many small pieces and put it together this way. It's become pi r and r, so area is pi r square. Okay, so that's good enough at the elementary level. Now here's a practice. I think you have no problem doing this practice. Find the area of this warehouse shape and quarter circle. Now, depend on school. You learn this formula in elementary school. The volume of cylinder. It's basically this area S times H is a volume. Okay, and sphere is, you just has to memorize. There is a 4/3, the coefficient, and the pi r cube. So that's a sphere volume. And rectangular prism, rectangular prism. Well, the volume is VL times W times H, and tetrahedron, you have 1/3 times bottom area times H. So if it's straight up, like that, then SH is a volume. But since it's shrinking by tetrahedron, it become 1/3. Okay, the volume of the cone in a cylinder, the cone get 1/3 also. Kind of interesting, isn't it? And the pyramid is V equals SH. S is bottom, and it's need to have a coefficient here. It's forgotten here. You can look it up. I don't remember. Triangular prism, bottom area S times L, and octahedron, just put it together. The tetrahedron up and down. Okay, calculate the area below. So now you know how to calculate those. You have to calculate right like that. You have to divide into multiple pieces and add them all. This one, how do you do that? Like that, right? This one is need a little bit challenge. You can stop the video and try to calculate the area of this. Okay, the one of YouTube video shows how to calculate this one. I like you to try this. The geometry, the fun part is to solve the challenging question. Here's the exercise. This exercise to the purpose of this exercise to memorize the formula for calculating volume. Okay, so you can do that. When you tied a cow to a pole and it start eating grass around the pole, the string is 12 feet long. What is the area that can provide food for this cow? Find the square feet. Okay, so this is elementary school. They're calculating the circle, area of the circle. You can go to a famous mall from the either station A or B that are connected by a straight line. The mall is at a 45-degree angle to the station A from this line, and the same 45-degree angle. Okay, so these are a little bit tricky, right? It's a triangle line. So which station is closer to the mall? Answer by A, B, or same. Okay, when you have a 90-degree angle, so what's happened? 45-degree. Okay, 45-degree angle to the station from station A from this line. It's not really, question is not really clear, 45. But what it want to say is it's become isosceles triangles. So this is going to be same. Okay. In order to reduce the amount of drinking wine, Mary changed the glass from a cylinder type to a cone shape with the same height. How much less? Okay, so this is the volume, the cylinder versus cone shape. Remember the coefficient is 1/3 for the cone, right? Okay. To prepare for the birthday party, John purchased a helium tank. It said it can make 216 1-gallon size balloon. John wanted to make a bigger balloon that have twice the diameter of the 1-gallon balloon. How many can it make? So if you make a sphere twice as large, then how much volume increase? Eight times, right? So John can make only 8 balloon, right? Okay, so that's the elementary school level geometry review, and I hope you enjoy listening this video. We will meet you at the next video, which is middle school geometry. Thanks for listening.